Hello everyone, welcome to FrontEndFunn. So today we are going to create a cool animation using HTML and CSS. I was inspired from an image on the web. Basically, when you are using an Android mobile and when you customize the quick actions option here, when you swipe these quick actions, you'll be having a small animation with these small dots here. So this was the animation I was inspired. So I'm creating this animation using HTML and CSS here. Fine. So before we proceed, you can find the entire playlist of these videos by clicking at the top right corner here. Okay. So this is my index.html. This is my index.html and my style.scss. Okay. So it is having a function which converts my pixel values into rems. This is a pure CSS tutorial. I'm just commenting these two lines. And let's begin by writing a div with a class of container, and inside this container we'll be having a div with a class of loader, and this loader contains 4 div elements with a class of dot. So dot into 4. Okay, so this is the markup. Let's quickly jump to style.scss, and I'll first target the container, set the position to fixed, top 0, bottom 0, left 0, right 0, margin auto, display it as flex, justify content to center, and align items to center. Okay, and I'll be writing some variables here, that is speed, the animation speed here 2 seconds, and timing. So I'm using a cubic bezier function and just copying it here, and I'm going to use a background. So this is a background color F61067, and our dot color, that is white. Okay, so let me give the loader some height and width here. So the loader width is 50 pixel and the loader height is 20 pixel, and each dot will be the loader width divided by 5, and each dot height will be the width here. So the height and width of the each single dot is same. Okay, and I'm going to use another variable, that is half width, that is dollar width by 2. Okay, so first let's target the body, set the background color to our background variable. I'm going to target the loader. Let me give the initial height and width, the loader height as well as the width, loader width, and let me add a border. Okay, so this is our loader here. We'll display it as inline block and position the element absolute, that is centering the element on page, top 0, bottom 0, left 0, right 0, margin auto. So basic technique I followed here to center an element on page. Okay, sorry, this should be inline flex, and we need to write justify content to space between, and align items to center. Okay, Next, let's target the dot. So I'm targeting the single dot inside the loader. Let's give it the height and width. That is, height is dollar height and the width is rem dollar width. So if I save this and let me add background color here, set the background color to darken dollar background comma 10%. So these are our dots here. Okay. Next, we'll set the border radius. Border hyphen radius. Set it to some high value. Fine. Next. So what I want is I want to position the last element, that is nth child of 4. So I want to target the fourth dot here and position the element absolute. Okay. So as you can see, the fourth one is at top of the third one here. Fine. We'll set the top 0, bottom 0 and left 0 and set the margin property to auto. Right now, if I inspect here, as you can see, our fourth dot is on top of the first one here. Okay. Next, we'll set the background color of that only dot, that is the fourth dot, to our dot color variable. Okay, the fourth dot is in white color now. Fine. So we'll add the animation here and we want the z index of this element to be high. So I'm just giving a 1 here. Okay. Next, we need to add @keyframes animation dot animate. So we'll be animating this single dot here from 0% to 25, 50, 75 and 100. So initially I want to move the dot using transform translate X. I want to move the dot towards the center and towards the complete right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll set the initial left to 0 and apply transform translate X to 0, and we want the width of this element to be rem of dollar width. Okay. Set 25%. What we want is we want the left to be 0 and transform. I'm just preserving these values here. I'll change the width of this element to rem of dollar width into 3. Okay. So I have created this. I created these values by trial and error. So I have tried many of these widths and finally came to this value here. Okay. And set the left to 50%. At 50% we want the dot to be at complete center. So I'm just applying the left property to 50% and we will transform translate X minus half width. So we want to move it half width. So if I push the element completely left 50%, it will be out of this circle. So I am just centering the element here. Okay, and we want the width of this element to be rem of $width. So at 25% it was 3 times of the width, and at 50% we are restoring its width to original value. Okay, at 75% we will preserve the left property and also translate the x element minus $half width and set the width of this element to rem $width into 3, and at 100% finally we'll set the left property to 100% and transform the element, translate it via x minus $width here, and we'll restore the width to $width. Okay, so let's apply this animation to the dot. Animation dot animate speed, timing, and infinite. So as you can see, the loader moves from left to right completely. Okay, so let's get rid of this black border and save. And we want the dot to move from back to front again. So to do that, we no need to write any other animation here. We just need to write alternate in the animation. So this is the cool animation here. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Please do watch other videos on my channel. Please share and subscribe. I'll provide the source code of this video at frontendfun.com. You can find the link in description below, and also you can find the entire playlist of these videos in the description below. We'll meet again in an exciting tutorial. Take care.